program is part of the Scene Projects podcast network. The Scene Project features interviews with independent musicians, comedians, and artists from across the Midwest. Become part of our community and support local art wherever you are. Welcome to the Scene Projects. My name is Bubba Startz. I am the founder and host of several shows on our network. I'm joined today by our producer, Thompson. Ross has RT Podcast Production. And we wanted to talk to you today about the importance of starting your own podcast and why in today's world it is the most important thing for your personal brand and your business. Ross, I brought you in today to talk about the production side and the forward-facing presence of a YouTube page, a podcast, and what it means, for a personal brand or business. You produce all the shows here at the Scene Projects. You design our thumbnails. Can you talk about why it's important for that professional-looking, thumbnails and design, why it's important for people that are looking to get into podcasting?
Yeah, so I just want to say a massive thank you to yourself for doing this, meeting there quickly. So in regards to the thumbnails and everything, it just looks so professional as well, because if you go onto someone's YouTube channel and obviously when you upload the video and you just see a little clipping of the video, what it's about, it's not going to really attract you to it, because you're just attracted to the colors and the themes of things. And if it's just a picture of you just sat there like this, you're not really going to be like, oh well, what's this about? It's about the color contrast, and the graphics on it, things that pop out and stand out. Do you know what I mean? So say, for example, you've got a channel about real estate and everything. Your thumbnails, there's not going to be a picture of you just sat there with a mic in front of your mouth, is it? You don't want something like that, because people are going to look at your channel and be like, well, they're talking about real estate and homes and properties and everything and property development. You'd at least think that there's something going to be on there with them. They could be in a suit, arms folded across to one side like this, and a house, and some nice fancy text as well. So I think a thumbnail is important for a YouTube channel because it shows the audience, the presence of what you stand for, and it's sort of like a CV builder, your YouTube channel, because you want certain things to stand out within your CV, and your thumbnail is going to be a part of your job title. You know what I mean? So that's why I think the thumbnail should be important.
It's really similar to a bookstore, right?
Yeah.
Think of YouTube like Barnes and Noble or whatever the big bookseller is in your country and your area. But when you walk in, you're not attracted to the content of the book. You're attracted to that cover, right? So your thumbnail is your book cover that's going out every single day. So it's so important to have that, which is why it's included in our base level packages. It's one of the most important things for people who are just getting started to have that. And the content can have time to build into something that has value to your audience, right? I think so many people get caught up in what I'm going to talk about, when really you should be working on that cover first. And then as you develop your show and you have more conversations, the show will kind of dictate what it is itself. You may have an idea of what direction you want to go, but sometimes it's okay to come into it with less of a, niche is such a big word right now. Don't worry so much about that coming out as just getting a really good thumbnail and getting going, right? Which is the importance of our base level, our silver package with the Scene Projects production side, is that let's get you a thumbnail. let's get you into a couple of conversations, and then we can kind of address things from there. And you can, at least now you're moving, right? You have a ball that you're rolling down the hill now. The next, piece of that then can be your production, right? Your video production, your audio production. Obviously, there's people on both sides of the podcasting world that you got to have video. I am a believer that video is king of content. You have to have that, especially if you're using this as a lead generation tool for your consulting business or whatever business you have. If you are using your podcast to be essentially a commercial for your business, then you need to have video and running. So having video is, and that's why it's the next package, right? That's why our gold package is the video content, the editing of that content. We want to be able to help people to come in, even if you have little to no experience podcasting or producing, you know how to set up your phone or a small camera or a webcam, a Zoom conference, right? Such as we're doing today, that you just have to hit record and send that footage to us, and we can edit that video and to deliver back something that is a usable product right now, and I think it's been so important in our partnership because you have such a great eye for video content and for these thumbnails that it makes it a seamless process, and we are putting out a professional product every single day, and all I have to worry about is just having the conversation. I think that's the huge value of especially that that gold package rather that we offer, is you're still responsible for posting it, right? Like, you're still in control of all of that, but your content is done for you. All you have to do is hit record, send it to the Scene Project, send it to RT Podcast Productions, and we're going to handle all of that stuff for you. You just have to go in, write descriptions, and to do, a little bit of legwork to get it out into your broadcast channels. What I really think is for people that are in podcasting to make money, the platinum package that we offer, where it is literally you hit record and forget you have a podcast, except for the massive following that you're building and communicating with those people. Can you talk about the value in that platinum package where you're not just producing the content, Ross, but then you're also putting it out into the world on the broadcast channel, setting up a new YouTube channel for our clients and doing that whole thing?
Yeah, certainly. So obviously, as you just alluded, then obviously we will just take care of the client themselves. So having their video, setting up their YouTube channel. So I'd personally set them up an email, or if they've already got an email address that they're happy to use, we can use that. But if not, I'm more than happy to do an email address for them, connect it to YouTube, then create their YouTube channel. Also designing their cover for the YouTube channel, doing the logo for the YouTube channel. There's a lot of hard work that goes into this package, and people just think like, oh yeah, you just slap it all together. You're using this software, it's a free software, but yeah, it might be a free software that we're using, but we pay for this software, so we get, more high quality things unlocked within the software. But yeah, as you just mentioned, then obviously we will do the legwork for you. Like again, you've mentioned, you just hit record, forget about the podcast, because we will do all the hard work for you. You just carry on building your community. We will look after you. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on your analytics, how well you're doing for your monetization and everything, and we'll give you that rapport, that one-to-one support as well within that package.
Well, and I think what's important to focus on is that, especially people that are in that level and are interested in that platinum package, most of these people either have a business that they're running, or are looking, and are looking for this podcast to feed that business. So maybe some money isn't as big of a barrier as it would be for someone who's kind of doing a podcast for fun. This platinum package is for people that see the vision. They know they need a podcast, but they just don't have the time. They don't have the time to ride the learning curve. They don't have the time to do all of the things, especially if you're using the podcast as a lead generation tool. Well, you have work involved in getting those leads into clients of your own. So there's a whole process on the backside that if you're so worried and you're dedicating all this time into getting this podcast out into the world, you're not taking care of that other side maybe as well as you should. So we really wanted to set up something that was all inclusive at a price point that we think is extremely fair and provides something for these business people that are out here running, knowing that they need this podcast, but just don't have the time to do it, but understand that it is an investment in whether it's a new business or it's your established business, that this is how you are going to bring people in. Gone are the days of marketing and spending big money to give to a TV station, a radio station, even social media marketing can be hit or miss these days. We will build you your own community and you will be able to pull your clients directly from there. And that is what the Scene Projects production packages are all about. We thank you guys for tuning in to this short talk with Ross Thompson. I am Bubba Startz, and we hope that you join us in the Scene Projects and become part of our community. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to the Scene Projects Podcast Network. We appreciate you listening. You can find more at thesceneprojects.com. Join our community.
Got an ocean full of love that's made for two. We sail upon the ocean breeze and sunshine.